Hey y'all, and welcome back to my sketches, like traditional sketches. I don't know. But hey y'all, my name is Leona and I am the illustrator and owner of Crafting by the Pound. You've probably seen me back in early 2017. Then I took a hiatus and I came back, and then I took another hiatus and then I came back, and now I'm hoping to stay this time. Hopefully nothing springs up that requires me to take another break. But I am a digital art illustrator. I have been illustrating since 2017, seriously. And yeah, so today you're gonna see me sketch and line art and paint with my watercolors the opening page to my first sketchbook ever. Yeah, ever. I think it's my first official sketchbook. I think I've sketched in other books, but I think this is my first official sketchbook. And I have this new watercolor sketchbook that I got from stlouisartsupply.com. It was a local art supply store in my hometown, and I really wanted to support them, and I wanted to try my hand at having a dedicated watercolor sketchbook. So I think they had a sale. I got this one, and then I got a gray toned one. So the sketchbook that you see me working in today is sepia tone paper. And at first I was concerned because, I don't know, I was afraid that the color of the paper would somehow change the way I was painting, because I am a fledgling watercolorist. I think that's how you say it. And so I'm not really comfortable with watercoloring or saying that I am proficient in painting with watercolors. So I was concerned about the toned paper, but seeing as I have finished it now, I think I finished it this year of 2024. And so I think I started it back in 2023, but I purchased it. Oh, I want to say I purchased it maybe 2021 or even 2022. I'm not exactly sure of the year that I purchased these sketchbooks. It had been a while that I had them and I hadn't done anything with them. So I started in 2023 and then I finished it in 2024. So it took me an entire year to finish this. And this is not a huge watercolor sketchbook in the least. This is a book with probably, I want to say maybe 25 pages, but I did use front and back. So I guess that's 50 pages that I was able to work with. And I have to say that I was very intimidated. It took me a long freaking time to get involved. And I think setting the sketchbook up with this welcome page, especially in the style that I had at the time, very doodle, very not, I don't know, it wasn't like a finished art piece. It was very much the style that I wanted to implement going forward in the sketchbook. I think it set the tone perfectly for this, and it alleviated some of the concerns as I was going forward, because I would just always go back to this opening page and I would feel a little bit better, because I'm like, you did that, Leona. This is what you did. So you can definitely tackle all these blank pages and you don't have to be afraid anymore, because this is what you did for the opening page. Now, the funny thing about this opening page is that, so I like to write on the covers of my sketchbooks, like the number of like what number sketchbook it is. Because the second sketchbook I have is a mixed media art sketchbook. So for this particular watercolor sketchbook, I misspelled sketchbook on the opening cover. I was able to write it correctly on the spine, but on the opening cover, I did not spell it correctly. So it says, I think it's SKETCHOOK. I forgot the B, I think. Or maybe I forgot the H. I forgot a letter. So it comes off weird. And I think that was the first time I actually used Posca markers on like a textured canvas, because the cover of this sketchbook is like linen. So that was the first time I ever used my Posca pens on cloth. And I did a lot of experimentation back in 2023 with my art, or just with certain mediums. And I have to say that I want to get back into that the spirit of that, like just trying things out and not really caring about how good the result looks, just trying things out and just being adventurous. So I'm hoping to get back to that, and I'm hoping with me somewhat trying to find a dedicated art space on my desk that I can get back to that. I have some things coming that I'm waiting to kind of complete my art setup, and I feel like once they get here, I will be a little bit more involved in sharing new art, because I haven't really drawn any new art in a long time. Like, I've done new sticker sheets, which if you decide to partake of my sticker sheets, I do have my shop link down below in the description, or even in the pinned comment. I'm not exactly sure which one I'll do, but yeah, because I have that'll probably be another video. I won't even go into that, but yeah, I want to get back to being adventurous, and me watching myself, because like I said, I filmed this a long time ago. I filmed this last year, early 2023, and I am now in August of 2024 finally doing the voiceover for this. I want to get back into that Leona, because that Leona, while she might have been scared in doing the artwork, she still did it. And I want to get back to that, because I didn't have the best of anything. I was rigging up a lot of stuff. Even these watercolors are from my Kuretake Ganzai Tambi watercolor set that I took out of its, I guess, casings, and I created my own watercolor palette with it, because I didn't have any other watercolors. So I figured, why the heck not create my own, so that I could take it with me, carry it around with me, all that stuff. And then I'm even watching my paint strokes. I was so patient with my paint strokes, and I'm remembering, like, I think the last few spreads I did in this watercolor sketchbook, they were so hurried. Like, there was no patience, there was no really connection to what I was doing. I was just trying to get it done. Hey y'all, just interrupting the video for a little bit, because I wanted to share with y'all that I have some coloring books. I have recently published 4 coloring books. I revamped one. And these are some projects that I'm really truly proud of. These are designs from my own art collections that I was able to, rework into coloring books. And some of the coloring pages I believe will be available on my shop really, really soon. I have a huge backlog of things that I want to get into the shop, but for right now, I have these coloring books available on Amazon. I will be sure to link them down into the description, or even in the pinned comments, so that you can check them out yourselves. And if you like any of them, just go ahead and check them out. Purchase them if you would like to. I would really appreciate it. And let's get back to the video, y'all. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope y'all enjoying the video. And watching myself painstakingly paint within the lines of my line art, I see why this is probably one of the best spreads in my sketchbook. I see why it turned out the way it did, because I was very intentional with each color, with each brush stroke, with just the look of how this is going to look. And maybe I unconsciously knew that this was going to set the entirety of my watercolor sketchbook off, but I was very intentional with everything I did for this cover page. And I want to get back to that, because I have found myself being very hurried with my traditional art lately. My digital art is a little bit easier to slow myself down, because I have all the tools to undo, to redo, to erase, and not lose any of the work that I might have done. But when you do traditional art, it's somewhat kind of permanent as you're going along. So if you make a mistake, yes, you could probably try to correct it, but not as easily or as completely as you would with digital art. So I just want to get back to just being patient with my art, just taking my time and not rushing it, because I feel like I have to get in front of my audience quicker or whatever. Because some of the best artworks I've done, and if you've been watching the channel, if you even want to go back and watch some of my older videos for some of my larger art pieces digitally, some of those time lapses were 5+ hours long, and I had to condense them to maybe 30 to 20 minutes for YouTube. Those took a lot. And if you've ever gone to any of my live stream, you know the intention I have with each of those pieces. But those were done early last year, early 2023. and I have not done anything of that extent since then. And I feel like a lost limb. Like I want to get back into that. But life happens, and sometimes you're not able to give into your creativity the way you want to because life is going on. Things are happening. And now that I am almost kind of moved into the new place that I've moved to, I moved out of state, which was a big thing. And it's going to take me a minute to get back where I want to be at. But I do have the capabilities to go a little bit more creative this time, to try new things. And so that is my goal. Gosh, I love the way this painting is looking. I am in awe. Like, these are the type of videos that I thoroughly enjoy watching on YouTube or on social media, period, of just people doing a thing. And gosh, I love the way I did the line art on this. I love the way I painted this. Man, like sometimes even today, even though I finished the sketchbook early this year, I still sometimes just open to this page just to look at it. I have not done the welcome page for my second watercolor sketchbook because the way that I'll do it is that since my mixed media is my second sketchbook, I'm moving into that one, and I've already done. I actually haven't done a cover page. I did redo the cover of that mixed media sketchbook. Like I painted a new illustration. But I have not done a welcome page. But I do want to finish that one. I have some ideas for that one. There's some things I put in there that I still to this day don't understand why I put them in there. So I have to complete those before I can actually get to anything new. But I have some ideas for that sketchbook. And hopefully it's as rewarding as the sketchbook you see me working in today. Because, by golly. In every sketchbook I have worked in it a little bit because I have a third sketchbook, and that one I believe I will probably use mostly with pen or even colored pencils. And yeah, so I've worked in almost all of my sketchbooks except for the other watercolor sketchbook I have. And I don't know, I just wanted to go in order. And I want to experiment. I want to stretch my creative muscle, and I want to at least attempt to get back into my drawing prompts. And for this sketchbook that you're seeing me work on, I did some, I think that's what the first spread I did was actually a drawing prompt. I think it was rolling pin, and I illustrated some rolling pins through a Twitch live stream. And I think the next prompt was either a hammock. Yeah, like the first few spreads I did in the sketchbook was from my drawing prompt book. And I do want to get back into that because doing that was extremely fun because it took me out of my comfort zone. It made me think outside the box a little bit, and it was just fun to do on live. And I don't know, I have an idea for my drawing prompts going forward. I want to include more community input. So the next time I go live, hopefully I remember to post on YouTube that I'm going live so that y'all can see what the drawing prompt is and see how it is they do, what we all try to come up with, and that should be fun. But we are now at the end of this video. I am shocked at how fast this video went. I do appreciate y'all if y'all did get to this point. And I do want to ask that if you are at this point, please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. I would so appreciate it. And I want to also welcome all the new subscribers. We have gotten over 200 subscribers here on the channel, and I am blown away. I meant to do something about it, but like I said, I think that was when I hit the 200 mark. I was in the midst of moving, and a lot of things were being thrown at me. There wasn't really time to celebrate anything really, because I think we moved around Juneteenth, so I wasn't even able to celebrate that. But yeah, I just want to welcome you all, and if you if you like the shenanigans here, I hope you stay. And I'll try my best to kind of diversify the content more, because I do have a few things going on here on the channel, but I want to try to implement art a little bit more than any other niche I have on this channel. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all go. We're already at the end of this video. I'll probably let it play a little bit more with some music playing, but I hope y'all have a safe, blessed, and wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you all in another video. Bye.